The next topic is sex determination. How can we get the sex of a young one, of the offspring, whether it will be male or female? Here they are talking about the human beings. We have discussed the idea that two sexes participating in sexual reproduction must be somewhat different from each other for a number of reasons. How is the sex of newborn individual determined? Different species use very different strategies for this. Some rely entirely on environmental cues. Thus, in some animals, like a few reptiles, the temperature, you can underline this, the temperature at which fertilized eggs are kept determines whether the animals developing in the eggs will be male or female. In other animals, such as snails, individual can change sex, indicating that sex is not genetically determined. Underline. However, in human beings, the sex of individual is largely genetically determined. Underline. So, difference between the snail and a human being. In other words, the genes inherited from our parents decide whether we will be boys or girls. But so far, we have assumed that similar gene sets are inherited from both parents. If that is the case, how can genetic inheritance determine sex? Okay, now this I will explain you how are we getting. Now we see, okay, we go for first male, and here I write female. Okay, the chromosomes, okay, here also 22 pairs of chromosomes. Total we have got a 23 in male and 23 in female, but I am talking of the same characteristics. These two we say autosomes. Okay, these 22 pair of chromosomes in male, 22 pair of chromosome in female are autosomes. Both are same. Okay, only the third pair, that is 23rd pair, 23rd pair, that is only one. Okay, third pair, 23rd pair is different. The one in that pair, मतलब एक ही पैर बाकी है, ठीक है. सो उसमें क्या होता है, मेल में होता है XY और फीमेल में रहता है XX. Okay, so this is the 23rd pair in male and female, which is different, and the 23rd pair is responsible to make out the new young one will be the boy or a girl. How? Now just to see here, you are having two types of chromosomes in male, whereas in female only one type, though it is XX, but only one type of chromosome is there. Okay, only one type. So how the merging is going on, I tell you. Now see, from the female only one type, from the male two types are there, X and a Y. Okay, different. Now when X of male fertilize with X of female, only X chromosome is there in female, so XX, it will give birth to girl. Got it? Just check. X of male and X of female, when it fertilizes, that is two different types of sperms. You know this, male have sperms and female have eggs. So if sperm is fertilizing the egg, the newborn baby will be girl, XX. Okay. Now Y chromosome of male fertilize the egg, then the newborn baby will be boy. So now children, just you can think and answer me, who is responsible for the newborn baby as a boy or a girl, mother or father? If you think a little, then you will come to know who is responsible, mother or father? Father. Okay, so the father is responsible to the born baby as a boy or a girl and not mother, not at all mother. Okay, understood? So this way the characteristics of the boy and girl comes in the newborn baby. Clear? So the same thing is explained in the last two paragraph. You can read and have an idea. Okay. Now we go for the next topic, evolution. This topic is there. Speciation, the next topic is not there. Okay, in your course. We have evolution. Matlab, what does it mean? What does it mean evolution? हम कहाँ से आए हैं? We came from monkey. Okay. So the gradual changes from the history till today. This journey we say evolution. We have noted that there is an inbuilt tendency to variation during reproduction, both because of errors in DNA copying and as a result of sexual reproduction. Let us now look at some consequences of this tendency. An illustration. They are explaining this illustration, okay? Okay, no problem. Better to get it from the textbook itself. You will understand, okay, what they are saying. Consider a group of 12 red beetles. Okay, you can see the 12 red beetles in the first part. They live, let us assume, in some bushes with the green leaves. Okay, their population, इसमें देखना आपकी changes क्या होता है. We have started with the red beetles. More and more there are red beetles. But after some time, which color beetles are left? Their population will grow by sexual reproduction and therefore can generate variation. It is not necessary that always in the next generation red beetles will be taking birth. No, population will be showing the variation and the beetle color changes. Let us imagine also that crow eat these beetles. ठीक है, so what दूसरी possibility क्या है? Generation by generation the color of beetles change. In between, these beetles are eaten by crow. The more beetles the crow eat, the fewer beetles are available to reproduce. जैसे जैसे crow red beetles, they are talking of red beetles. More and more crow eat, more and more variations, though then the number of red beetles decreases. Now let us think about some different situation that can develop in this beetle population. ठीक है, अब देखो, first case you just see. We have started from red beetle. I'm talking of first case, only this case. Then with the sexual reproduction, another green beetle came. Then crow is eating the red beetles. Very few red beetles are left. And in the last you see, full change. Red to green. So this is a factor which is responsible for the change. Okay. Now another they are talking about 9.7, figure 9.7, this they are talking about. Here some elephant foot has come. Okay, so these are the what happened, we say factors which is responsible for the change. So what is the next one? Here you are able to see in the first situation a color variation arises during reproduction. Okay, so that there is one beetle that is green in color instead of red. Here first part, here they have given the blue also, and the previous one they were talking of this beetle moreover can pass the color on its progeny. जो भी कलर उसको पास करना है वो दूसरे जनरेशन में पास करेगा. So that all progeny beetles are green. Crows cannot see green colors beetles because camouflage होता है, green leaves, green bushes, green beetles. So वो green नहीं खा सकता है. Okay, crows cannot see green colored beetles on the green leaves of the bushes and therefore cannot eat them. What happens then? The progeny of green beetle is not eaten. Okay, they are explaining this first one. इसमें देखो रेड अच्छे से दिख जाता है बुशिस में, तो वो रेड को खा लेते हैं। ग्रीन की प्रोजेनी बढ़ जाती है, तो ग्रीन की पॉपुलेशन इन द लास्ट इज मोर। दे आर एक्सप्लेनिंग द फर्स्ट पार्ट and therefore cannot eat them. What happens then? The progeny of green beetle is not eaten while the progeny of red beetles continues to be eaten. As a result, there are more and more green beetles than red ones in the beetle population. So one example now. In the second situation, again a color variation arises during reproduction. जैसे कि रेड से ग्रीन हुआ, अब ग्रीन से कुछ और कलर भी होगा, नॉट नेसेसरी ग्रीन से रेड हो जाए या ग्रीन ही रहे, नो. So the color variation will be there when they undergo for reproduction. But now it results in a beetle that is blue in color instead of red, that we have seen. देखो इसमें blue आ गया एक, here second is red में से blue. Now you can see again from 1 to 3 red also increasing but blue is also increased. Now एक elephant foot आ गया, किसके ऊपर गिर गया? Beetle, red beetle. All red beetle died. Okay, these are the factors. All red beetle died. Who is left? Only blue beetle. Now blue beetle will go for the further reproduction and only blue beetle will come. Okay, so this they are showing that this way variation occurs, and we say in the variation in reproduction. In a second situation, again a color variation arises during reproduction, but now it results in a beetle that is blue in color instead of red. This beetle can also pass the color on its progeny, so that all its progeny beetles are blue. Crows can see blue colored beetles in the green leaves of the bushes as well as they can see red ones and therefore can eat them. What happens initially? In the population, as it expands, there are few blue beetles, but most are red. But at this point, an elephant comes by and stamps on the bushes where the beetles live. This kills most of the beetles. By chance, the few beetles that have survived are mostly blue. The beetle population slowly expands again, but now the beetles in the population are mostly blue. So it is obvious, okay, they have given one example of beetles, colors and reproduction variation. It is obvious that in both situations, what started out as a rare variation came to be a common characteristics in the population. That means जो पहले हमारे लिए rare था, that means if red beetle were there and green beetle was rare, वही green beetle last में ज़्यादा बन के आया, meaning ये हुआ, ठीक है. In other words, the frequency of an inherited trait changed over generations. Since genes control traits, we can say that the frequency of certain genes in the population changed over generation, and this is essence of idea of evolution. But there are interesting differences too in the two situations. In the first case, the variation became common because it gave a survival advantage. In other words, it was naturally selected. We can see that the natural selection is exerted by the crows. The more crows there are, the more red beetles would be eaten, and the more the proportion of green beetles in the population would be. Thus, natural selection, underline natural selection, is directing evolution in the beetle population. It results in adaptation in the beetle population to fit their environment better. In the second situation, the color change gave no survival advantage. Instead, it was simply a matter of accidental survival. Is it? Because elephant came by accidentally. Accidentally, elephant came. Survival of beetles of one color that changed the common characteristics of the resultant population. The elephant would not have caused such major havoc in the beetle population if the beetle population had been very large. So accidents in small population can change the frequencies. Underline accidents in small population can change the frequency of some genes in a population, even if they give no survival advantage. This is the notion of genetic drift, underline, which provides diversity without any adaptation. Now consider the third situation. In this, As the beetle population begins to expand, the bushes start suffering from a plant disease. अब क्या हो रहा है, बीटल तो है बट झाड़ियाँ नहीं है. पहले क्या था, बीटल भी थे, झाड़ियाँ भी थी. कुछ एक्सीडेंटली होता था तो वो बीटल कम होते थे. अभी क्या है, झाड़ियाँ नहीं है तो बीटल कैसे रहेंगे. द अमाउंट ऑफ लीफ मटीरियल फॉर द बीटल्स इज़ रिड्यूस्ड. तो खाना नहीं खा पाएंगे, खाना नहीं खाएंगे तो अपने आप ही मर जाएंगे. अब उसमें जो स्ट्रांग होंगे वो ज़िंदा रहेंगे, जो एकदम वीक होंगे वो मर जाएंगे. फिर वो जो स्ट्रांग है वो आगे रिप्रोड्यूस होंगे इस तरह से. ओके, दिस इज़ द थर्ड फैक्टर. द बीटल्स आर पुअरली नरिश्ड एज अ रिजल्ट. The average weight of the adult beetles decreases from what it used to be when leaves were plentiful. But there is no genetic change. कोई genetic change नहीं है, खाली ये external problem हो रहा है. Genetic change occurring inside nothing. Okay. After a few years and a few beetle generation of such scarcity, the plant disease is eliminated. There is a lot of leaf food at this time. What would we expect the weight of the beetle to be? It will be very less, because what it can be more if the in the beginning the plants are not having any disease. Bushes should not be having any disease. Good bushes are there. Good bushes means good nourishment to the beetles. So good nourishment, good beetles will be given. Okay, but plant nourishment, plentiful plants are not there, so nourishment is less. Okay. The next topic is acquired and inherited traits. Already little bit idea I have given you in the very first class. What are acquired and inherited. Acquired means the traits or the characteristics we develop by ourselves. It is not God gifted, means it is not parents gifted. It does not flow with the genes. And inherited means जो हमको parents से मिला है. Okay, so one by one we go for it. Simple definition: acquired traits are the one that a person develops during his lifetime. These are not passed from one generation to another. Very simple definition you can write. On the other hand, inherited traits are present in the person since the time of his birth and are passed on from one generation to another. Now let's have a difference. Acquired and inherited trait. These are somatic variations and these are genetic variations. Somatic means we develop. Okay, somatic variation which is not genetic. Acquired traits develop due to the effect of environmental factors, use and disguise of organs and special conscious efforts. हमारी मेहनत से हमको मिलता है. And inherited traits develop due to reshuffling of genetic materials and mutation. रीशफलिंग इनसाइड शफलिंग होता है जेनेटिक. जो भी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स पास ऑन होना है वो होता है, वो हमको पेरेंट्स से मिलता है. These traits develop throughout the lifetime of an individual and die with the death of that individual. मतलब वो जन्म होता है उसका इंडिविजुअल जब वो डेवलप करता है और when he dies that characteristics die. It does not pass on through the generation to the next generation. And inherited traits, these are transformed, inherited by the parents to their offspring. These don't die but passed on to the new generation. ठीक है, it is very easy. Example: learning of dance, music, etc. and muscular body of a wrestler. रेसलर बॉडी बनाता है वो अपने आप बनाता है. ऐसा नहीं मेरे पापा मेरे दादा सब बॉडी बिल्डर है. नो, इट इज़ नॉट नेसेसरी. इफ़ ही इज़ अ रेसलर इट इज़ नॉट नेसेसरी दैट उसके दादा पापा भी रेसलर थे. नो, बट हियर एग्जाम्पल: अटैच्ड और फ्री ईयर लॉब्स, कर्ली हेयर्स, एंड स्किन कलर, आई कलर, दिस ऑल आर वी गेट फ्रॉम आवर पेरेंट्स. ओके. Some point of this acquired. An acquired characteristics is a non-heritable change in function of living biotic material caused after birth by disease, injury, etc. Acquired traits Physical characteristics may be influenced by the environment. Examples of environmental factors that can alter phenotype: temperature, nutrients, injuries, disease, exposure to sun, living conditions. This can affect the acquired traits, but inherited traits are not affected by the environmental factors. Inherited traits. All characteristics, the same thing what we have done in the differences. All characteristics that organisms have are inherited from their parents, but some can be influenced by some. For plants, by environmental factors. Inherited traits distinguish one organism from another organism. Some inherited traits are dominant, some are recessive, and some are neither. Examples of inherited traits in plants may be color of flowers. Color red is dominant over the color white. Pink flowers are a result of blending red and white. This they are talking about the plants. Another things, inherited traits are those traits that are passed down from parents to offspring. These they are talking about us. For example, in humans, eye color, hair color, skin color, freckles, dimples, etc. are all examples of inherited traits. In animals, eye color, fur color, and texture, facial shape, etc. are the examples of inherited traits. Okay. So here I stop this topic, and the next topic speciation is cut. Okay. So we will go for the next topic later on.